I want to make sure everybody can hear me. So, hey, what's going on? This is Chief T. It is not after 3, but hey, we talking about finances today. I got my boy B Woods in the back studio. Power Move '06, sir. Hey, I salute you for your service, sir. Yes, I'm active duty military, and Brian has served his time and is retired as well. Today, I want to share with you, hey, it's National Financial Planning Day. The difference between planning and advice is implication. See, a lot of us get the information, but it's the implementation and the application that really matters most. You got to understand that we need, as a society, to implement some things that's going to pull us and push us towards our financial goals. And you can't do that without a plan. If you fail to plan, you basically plan to fail. I say again, if you fail to plan, you basically fail to plan to fail. We've heard that. It's a cliche, blah blah blah. I understand. You're like Chief T. I heard it before, but it's true. Think about it. If you have all the information in the world, but you can't apply the principles, or you don't know how to engage in the financial realm, because it can be confusing. You just spinning around with your head cut off almost, like a chicken with your head cut off. So you got to understand some things. And today, I got some mentors, I got my business partners, some entrepreneurs, and we basically just want to share some information for your toolkit that you can share with others and basically get you to the other side of money. So I want to know if you can hear me. I want to know what city and state you tune in from. B would say you can hear me. I want to make sure everybody not only can hear me, but that you can also, I got a Facebook user typed in, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I got it. Thank you. Let me know what city and state you tuned in from. And I want to go ahead and share a video with you right now that's going to kick this thing off. So let me go ahead and share uh, my screen. Sharing system audio. And I got a window I'm going to share. Let me know if you can hear what we're saying in the video. Can we hear the audio? All right. Somebody let me know. Let me go ahead and unplug and see if that helps. I want to give you the full effect. Let me see. Can you hear that? You can hear him now? So, yeah, that's something going on with
A field goal or a one-pointer does exist. Most people don't understand terminology and perspective. So they play in the wrong game, in the wrong sport, and that's why they lose. They understand terminology. So if you say go, I know you shoot. If you say field goal in football, I know you kick. If you say 2 points in football, I know it's a second. If you say 2 points in basketball, I know it's a field goal. The problem, Michelle, in America is people trying to shoot 3 pointers on the football. That's everybody's problem. They don't even know what the words mean. They don't know what a bond is. They don't know what a stock is. They don't know none of this. See, the problem with most people is their terminology and their perspective is off. Such care they'll never get with you. And you might be confusing you with these words in sports. Say, point, field goal. But why not thought that was 1 point? No, that's 1 point. In basketball, that's 3. What's 1 point in football? What's the extra point? But I thought it was a field goal. Well, you do kick it to the uprights, but it's 3 points. But I thought that was basketball. Well, it's 2 points in basketball. See, that's what America's doing to you right now. They got you confused about stocks, bonds, coupons, NFTs, EFTs. They got you confused about cryptocurrency. They got you confused about whether or not you should invest in real estate. They got you confused about interest rates. They got you confused about credit cards, student loans, 501c, 401k, 1099, Schedule K, Schedule C, W4, W2, W9. So what they want you to think is that finances is different. I'm here to tell you it's easy. Finances is easy. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid to teach your children finances. But look, you gotta have the right terminology and perspective. See, it's hard when you don't even know the words. Like somebody tell you, your 401k is a great investment. Y'all know that's actually that's not the right terminology. 401k is a tax code. Your 401k is a tax code. It's not even an investment. It's what protects the investment. The investment is what your employer is putting in. How much interest will you stop bring back? Now y'all stop this bring back interest. See, when I talk to people, they like, I got a whole bunch of interest. You want to get the interest on that stuff. Stop facing everything. See? So terminology and perspective, once I teach you that, you are going to empower so many people by giving them a basic education lesson in how money works. Okay? Y'all, that's how you want to attract the masses. The masses just don't want all of the confusion and the extra sauce on it and make it all hard. What most people try to do is try to make themselves sound smart by giving you a bunch of verbiage. And then in doing so, they don't realize, look, they didn't even need all that. Just tell me how to save, make you more money.
Hey, that's that's it in a nutshell. You know, oftentimes we think we know some things, but we're actually playing on the wrong field, playing with the wrong rules, and here we are trying to shoot 3 pointers on a football field. It makes sense. I hope y'all can hear me. Can you hear me? Can I get a thumbs up? Awesome. So, any comments that we got from that video? I mean, it's amazing how the school systems and society teaches us different things about finances, but really we get so combobulated with all the different nuances of terminology that we get I guess you say misconstrued, or we have a problem really understanding that wealth is possible and that it's very simple to get. Wealth is possible and very simple to get, and I'm gonna show you how simple it is. So I'm gonna show you how simple it is, and we're gonna start off with some slideshows that I'm gonna share with you. We're gonna break this thing down on how to actually become wealthy and how to get better in 2023. See, your year starts now. It starts now. It don't start in January. It actually starts now. And we're gonna go through this with some wealth worksheets. So I want to tell y'all about what I learned within the past year. Okay. In the past year, I learned some information, and it started off, Brian, can you believe this? It started off with the bloody mess. I know some people like, what you talking about, man? You talking about the bloody mess? What? 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 Yeah, we're gonna talk about the bloody mess. And look, I'm learning something new today. I'm doing this StreamYard, and we're gonna go through it together. But look, can you see my slide? We're gonna go through this together. And I want y'all to know why we call this the bloody mess. So let's get busy. And I don't think it's actually playing the way we should. Hold on a second. All right. So it's not showing the way we want it to show. Let me see if I can set this up a little bit better so y'all can see it better. I'm gonna do it like this. We got somebody in the studio. B Woods, we got somebody in the studio right behind me. Really wish I could hear y'all out there. He had to leave. He had to leave. All right, hold on a second. There we go. Here we go. All right, all right. So now I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen so you can see what I'm seeing. Man, that baby is really loud. Here we go. Bam. All right. This is a better view, is it not? Let me be able to see y'all. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this into an actual slide here, and here we go. So the bloody mess. Let's get down and dirty. Most people don't know this, but the bloody mess is about how I guess you could say the banks get you over the head in interest. See, if the banks didn't hit us over the head in interest by charging us, and the credit card companies didn't hit us over the head in interest, we would keep more of our money. The problem is we get so discombobulated with the fact that we get a lower payment that's preferred over paying cash, or we smoke and mirrors get put over our eyes that we forget how much more we're actually paying for something. You end up paying 2 to 3 times more for something just by putting it on a credit card or getting a loan or something like that, and the interest hits you over the head. So let me break this down by showing you in slide format, because we like slides, especially for those that's been in the military any time, right? And don't want to do that. I'm gonna do it from this point. All right, here we go. All right. So the bloody mess. We're talking about the first thing you have to understand is that interest is the penalty you pay for the right to own something in advance that you cannot afford. Think about it. If you could afford it, you wouldn't have to put it on a loan. You wouldn't have to put it on the credit card, right? But the problem is most of us can't afford things, so we put it on the credit card, and we forget that we have a penalty called interest that we must pay. See, take for instance, you have a $5,000 loan. You took out a $5,000 loan. You got a $5,000 credit card, right? But they pitched to us that, hey, we're only going to charge you $100 a month for that $5,000 loan. You say, hey, $100, I can manage $100, right? And the problem with that is they hit you over the head with a 21% interest on that loan. 21% interest right off the rip. You're looking at over $6,000 that you owe, which is an additional $1,900 added to just by, if you just do the math, 21% times 5,000, you add that, that's about $6,900. I'll get to that in a minute. But your percentage rate is 21%. You see that? Well, that's fine. That's your annual percentage rate. Let's look at what you're paying monthly percentage rate. So to do that, you multiply 0.21 or you divide 0.21 by 12 and you get 0.0175, which totals to a 1.75 interest rate per month. Per month. Understand that. Well, that is your rate. How much am I going to pay, Chief? I need to know that much. So here it is. You multiply that 0.0175 by that 5,000. That's how much you owe. So you're not going to do about 100 a month. You got to do it by the principal amount that you borrow, which means you borrowed 5,000. So you multiply 0.0175 by that 5,000. You're going to get $87.50. 87.50. But here's the sad thing is, ladies and gentlemen, that 87.50 is what you're paying in interest every single month. You're every single month. Guess what? You're only paying $12.50 off the principal. That makes you feel kind of bad. Right? $87 a month is going to pay interest, but only $12 of that 100 is going to pay the actual principal. Makes you feel like it's going to take forever to pay that payment off, right? It does. You're talking about 120 payments. Was that total over a course of years span? You take 120 payments, divide that by 12. You're looking at 10 years to pay a $5,000 credit card, $5,000 loan off. That could have been done in much less time. But look, here's the sad truth. You're paying $6,986 to the bank. They earn that off your $5,000 loan. So you paid the $5,000 back, but you also paid a difference of $1,986.28. No matter how you slice it, no matter how you look at it, ladies and gentlemen, anytime that you take out a loan or use credit cards, you're paying more for that money than you took out. Think about it. It costs you money when you don't have money. Put that in the chat. Put that in the comments. It costs you more money when you have less money. And the reason why is because that's the way the system's designed. If you have less, they're going to make you charge less. See, we're going to get into this all day today. I'm going to be on here all day. But understand this. When you get your money through wage income, they tax you higher, 28 to 33%, right? If you make more money, they're going to charge you more money. That's how the system's designed to work. You make more, they take out more. You make less, it costs more money to get more. The system is designed to keep us in a negative cash flow cycle. Type in negative cash flow. We don't want a negative cash flow cycle, but you got to understand what that means. See, most people understand this term, Brian. Nico, most people understand this one. Hey, thank you for tuning in, Nico. The professor is with us, B. Woods. Hey, y'all definitely need to follow Miss Nico Coley and Brian Woods, Power Move 06, Sienna B. Whatever names y'all want to remember by, those are some names that's well known in this industry. But understand this. We've been taught, or we've been coming to understand this concept of I have more month than I do money, right? That means your money runs out before the month do. That means by the time the 1st and 15th come by, I had a business partner say he used to get paid on Friday, but was broke on Monday. Shout out to Gerald Parker. He used to be paid on Friday, broke on Monday. He had a negative cash flow cycle. Just think about this. It's not about how much money you make, ladies and gentlemen. Think about this. If you have high income and high expenses, you'll never go ahead and cash flow. See, income is measured in dollars, how much money you make. But cash flow is measured in time, how long you keep your money. See, it's not about how much money you make. It's how much money you keep that's important. And how, here's the other thing, how you make your money. See, there's 3 different ways we make money. You have waged income, which is a W-2. That's a tax code. You have business income. That's a 1099. It's a different tax code. And you have investor. When you're going from left to right, you have the W-2 employee that's taxed anywhere from 28 to 33%. The business owner, that 1099 tax code, gets taxed anywhere from 18 to 23%. You see the difference? And then the investor gets taxed at 15% and below. Question is, which one do you want to be making your money as? I would say the last 2, if not the third. Why? Because you keep more of your money. Let me put it like this. You make $100,000 on the job. Like everybody wants to make six figures, Nico. Everybody want to make six figures. Everybody saying they make six figures, right? Well, if you're making six figures, let's just use 100,000. Let's start off small. You making $100,000 on your job, W-2 tax code, you're gonna get taxed from 28 to 33%. Let's just round that off and say 30%. That means $100,000 immediately, Brian, turns into $70,000. You lost $30,000 just by taxes, right? Oh, you saying that's not true? Okay, well let's break down these taxes. You got federal taxes, state taxes, FICA. You got ad valorem taxes. I didn't even know what that was, but that's the taxes you get when you buy a new vehicle. I'm seeing so many people buying vehicles. I can understand that they paying a lot of taxes, right? Property taxes, sales taxes. So if the government don't hit you over the head off your check for military on your LES, you got federal, state, FICA, and social. Then we're gonna get you with the sales tax. We're gonna get you the hotel room tax. We're gonna hit you with the toll tax. They're gonna hit you with all those taxes over the course of a year. You add it up. You do the math. It's your money, not mine. Think about it. That's a third of your income out in taxes because you get your money as a W-2. As a business owner, like I said, 18 to 23%. So that same $100,000 made in the 1099 tax code, you're looking at $18,000 off. That means you bring it home, what, 72, 72. Man, y'all know I don't do math. You looking at 82,000 dollars out of 100. That's a little better, ain't it? Less than losing 30,000. Now you're only losing 18,000. But let's go a little bit further. The investor who has money making money takes that $100,000 and only gets $15,000 off. $15,000 off. Man, I'm messing up these numbers. Y'all type it in the chat. But 15,000 minus 100,000, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? I say I keep more of my money. I'm keeping more of my money. So let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to what we're talking about. I showed you the bloody mess. I showed you how more and more people are losing money through credit cards and loans because the banks are charging us over the head in interest. Now let me break down a little bit further why this is really a problem. It's not only that the banks are getting the money, but the problem is you're losing a portion of your income. A portion of your income. Think about it. If you're working 9 to 5 every single day, the government is taking it off the top, and the banks are taking it off the bottom in interest. Where do you get? Where you fit? Everybody taking your money, and you don't get it first. See, a lot of people, Brian, they say they get paid on the 1st and 15th. No, you don't. The government get paid before you even get your money. The government get paid. Let's break this down. And again, let me know if you can see this video and you can hear this video. But we're gonna break this down by the numbers. Let me share my screen one more time. And then let me know if you can hear the video.
I believe the bank is the first place to go should you want to save your money and start investing and create wealth. I'm going to explain to you why the bank is the last place the wealthy go to invest their money. Banks are in abundance all over the country, and chances are great that you have an account there. Banks offer one form of investments, which are known as cash equivalents. Cash equivalents come in the form of checking and savings accounts, certificates of deposit, also known as CDs, money market funds, saving bonds, and treasury bills. A cash equivalent offers a low risk, low return profile. They are the most liquid assets that you can invest in and are convertible into cash very quickly. Savings accounts, money market holdings, certificate of deposits, short-term government bonds, or treasury bills are all considered cash equivalents. Let's visit Bank of America and check out some of its cash equivalents. Under savings, we have a choice of three accounts. In order to qualify for 0.03%, we would need to deposit a minimum of $2,500. Otherwise, we would need to open the other savings account that provide a 0.01% return. Let's go back and take a look at the certificates of deposits. Again, there are three choices. And to get the maximum return of 0.07%, we would need to invest $10,000 and tie it up in this investment for a minimum of 12 months. Finally, let's take a look at our last option, which is a bank IRA. Now, before you get excited, an IRA is not a type of investment. It is simply the tax treatment on that investment. I will cover IRAs in a later video. Bank of America offers several different IRAs, but let's take a look at the highest percentage paying IRA, which is a standard term CD IRA that pays 0.03 to 0.15% on your money. This is the most percentage return that we've seen so far. Let's click through to see what we need to do in order to qualify for the 0.15%. If we scroll down towards the bottom of the page, we see that if we are willing to invest a minimum of $1,000 and tie it up for a minimum of 48 months, we can earn that 0.15%. Want to earn more? If you have $1 million, you can earn 0.20% in an analyzed business investment account, whatever that is. Now, let's take a look at what this really means. If you're going to invest your money, you want your money to grow, correct? In order to determine how fast your money will double, you will use a financial formula called the rule of 72. Basically, divide the number 72 by the interest rate you will receive, and the answer will be the number of years it will take for your investment to double in value. So as you can see, at 0.02%, it would take you 3,600 years for your money to double. That's what your savings account is paying. At 0.15%, it would take 480 years to double. That's what the standard rate IRA is paying. By comparison, let's take a look at how much interest Bank of America would charge you if you borrow money from them. Let's look at their three most popular credit cards. As you can see, on the low end, you would be charged 10.99% interest, while on the high end, you are being charged 22.99%. Let's look at automobile loans. Their best rate for a new car is 2.49%. How about mortgage rates? Mortgage rates vary from 2.85% to 4.125%. Let's see how the bank fares out with its investment returns. When they loan money out for car loans at 2.49%, it takes approximately 28 years for their money to double. Loans for home mortgages take 17 years to double. And get this, most people are carrying a 30-year mortgage, which means they will pay twice for the real cost of their home. When they have people with good credit who use their credit cards, their money doubles every 6 years. And those with questionable credit, their money doubles every 3 years. So let me get this straight. You invest your money into a bank account where you will never see your money double in your lifetime nor your children's children's lifetime. But yet the bank will give you a credit card and see their money double every 3 years. Do you now see why the wealthy do not use banks? Sure, a bank is good for keeping your working capital in, enough to pay your monthly bills and other immediate expenses. However, anything else, including your emergency fund, should be parked elsewhere.
I hope y'all was able to see the video. I think the screen basically got stuck. Let me know you can hear me. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this back in. Got some audio issues, but we're not gonna let that keep us from rolling. Let me see. All right. All right. Brian, can you hear me? You can hear me? I'm not understanding why I can't hear everybody else back in the background. Cause I need somebody. What's that? Definitely want to be able to hear you in the back. Right. I see some people comment they can hear me, but I want to be able to hear like B Woods. I want to be able. Let me see something. Hey, what's going on, B Woods? How you doing with the people?
Hey, how you doing out there, man?
Oh, okay. I see. I'm figuring this stuff out. I gotta
Yeah,
have you on
yeah,
in order to be up in there. Okay. I wanted some feedback. I want some feedback. So, man, it's crazy.
yeah.
It's crazy how the banks hit us over the head in the interest with in the credit card loans, the credit cards and the loans, and then we see that the banks it's a business, and wealthy people don't put their money in the banks, right?
Hey, they sure don't because they know something that we didn't know. Now we know.
Right, you're right about that. And ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who this fabulous young man is, this is Brian Woods. We like to say Power Move '06. This is brand, y'all, all about wealth building principles. He shares his knowledge each and every day. He's one of my business partners, one of my motivating business partners. He's always sharing information, and I had to bring him on because literally, y'all, you if you haven't started following him, you are missing out on a lot of information. He knows these principles. He's applying these principles, and he understands the difference between application and just talking. So, Brian, the information that we're sharing today, what are we here for, and what are we talking about?
Well, hey Jason, man, hey, thank you, hey, thank you being so kind, man. Hey, without further ado, of letting the world know who I am. Um, Hey, what we here today to do is we here to expose people to a better way of living financially. Jason hit the nail right on the head. Um, it actually is, World's Financial Planning Day. This week is supported by a I want to thank Jason and Nicole for starting this day off and letting me be a part of this, man. This is an awesome day. But the biggest thing is this that Jason is out here, all around the world and he's actually in Texas right now, and he is helping a lot of people get themselves right financially. Not just by talk. He's actually physically doing it on all different social media platforms. And the thing is this: we've been using a plan called income shifting, and income shifting is where we've been showing people how to shift the income that's been taken away from them to shift it back to the number one asset that is them. And so we're using this formula called cash asset cash, brought to you by Mr. Brian and Beane. Just happened to be the greatest trainer of all time, and we are, we're supporting the extra digit movement, and he has happened to be the founder of it. And today's topic with the bloody mess, it really lets you know that, hey, we've been being bamboozled. We've been getting arbitrated, the whole time, by the banks, and we haven't been really making no serious returns off of it. And Jason is breaking down. If you saw the video earlier that he had on, he broke it down piece by piece that, hey, the banks are nothing without us, and we're not even getting a percent back on that money that we're leaving in those banks. So with that being said, Jason, man, hey, I want to applaud you for what what you brought on today, and you're gonna be going all day, hour on the hour with these different topics. Man, I would like for you to bring me back on, man. I don't want to take up too much because you know how I get. I love to talk. And bro, you are doing an outstanding job. And over there in Texas, man, Texas got a jewel with you over there. And now you can be able to cover all those other areas because, man, you pretty much conquered Georgia when you was here, man. Like, I'm telling you. But hey, awesome job, Jason. I don't want to take the floor. Hey, thanks for letting me on and letting the world know what we do. But we're trying to help one family at a time. And all we need y'all to do is to spread the information and continue to help uplift people because it's necessary.
Awesome. Hey, I appreciate that, Brian. Thank you for sharing. And we're about to dive even further into how the banks steal more of our money. We think the banks, people, it was funny to me because, over the years, I was always taught, put your money in the bank, open a checking and savings account, let it store in the bank. But that video that we just watched shows that, banks are in business. That's why they're banks. They use our money, and Brian said it perfectly. They use our money. See, our money is not in the banks. First off, let's get that. We was taught that our money in the bank. No, as soon as we put the money in the bank goes out and starts loaning it out so they can make more money. Let's break that down with some slides. So I want to tell you the banker's secret. So we're about to go through the banker's secret, and I'm going to show you by the numbers and slide by slide how this really works. I showed you how the money comes out in interest and how we end up paying 2 and 3 and 4 times for stuff. But now I'm about to show you, break this down, the banker's secret. All right, let's see here. Make sure I got my screen so y'all can see it. And here we go. Banker's secret. Make sure y'all can see the actual slide. And y'all can't. Let's get back over here. New technology, y'all. Bear with me. I want to be able to show you this in slide format. So we can walk through it. It's best when we can walk through it. Mess. They don't want me to show it. They don't want me to show these secrets, man. They don't want me to show these secrets. Brian's trying to not let me show these secrets. We're going to do it like this. We're going to do it like this. Come on. We're going to show you all the stuff that I got on my screen. Bam. Let me see. Still not able to see it. It's coming in. Nope. All right. Well, we're going to do it like this, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. I don't want to waste too much of your time. All right. So here we are. Banker secret. So all this stuff is filled in already. So if you want to take a screenshot, you can go ahead. You can go ahead and take a screenshot of this. But you got to understand, is the banker secret. We're talking about the rule of 72. How many of y'all heard the rule of 72? Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Robert Kiyosaki talked about it. and it's dealing with the rule of 72. So what is the rule of 72? It's what you use to determine uh, how long it takes your money to double. So what you do is you take 72, divide that by the interest rate that you are making or that the banks are making, and that equals the time it takes for your money to double. So I'm active duty military. We're gonna use specialists, Fargo, Staff Sergeant Liberty, and Major Bank. The goal is to show you how the banks use arbitrage and compound interest to favor them on the money that we put in those banks. So let's start off with Specialist Fargo. Specialist Fargo say she found something getting 4%. 4% divided by 72 divided by 4% equals 18. So that means if you had a 4% interest rate, it takes 18 years for your money to double. 18. So that means, hold up a second. I forgot one thing. We're gonna go through this scenario and I'm gonna break this down, but I'm giving everybody three advantages. Everybody's gonna be young, 29 years old. Everybody's gonna get $10,000. Everybody's gonna get a high rate of return. 4% up to 12, that's a high rate of return. The banks are only giving you 0.01% right now. So understand, these are really high odds in a perfectly variable, crazy, volatile society right now. But you're getting youth, you're getting $10,000 cash to play with, disposable money, and I'm giving you high rates of return. High stakes for this example, right? So let's get back to it. High stakes, unlikely. So at 4%, Specialist Fargo money doubles every 18 years. Remember, she's 29 years old. So you take that 10,000. 18 years later, at age 47, she's got 20. At 65, which is what we were known to have as retirement age. Retirement age has already gone up to 67 and 67 and 70, between 67 and 70. So at age 65, that's $40,000 that she has in a retirement with a 4% interest, $10,000 up front, and a high rate of return. Can y'all say that's not enough? $40,000 to retire for the rest of our life. Not enough. Let's look at Staff Sergeant Liberty. Been in a little bit longer, but yet 29 years old. Still, we're talking about an 8% interest rate. That means his money doubles every 9 years. Every 9 years, the money doubles. So age 29 to 38, money went from 10,000 to 20,000. From 38 to 47, he done caught up and passed Specialist Fargo at the same age with $40,000. Age 56, it doubled again, 80,000. At 65, Staff Sergeant Liberty has already surpassed Specialist Fargo by four times with 160,000. But guess what? Even at an 8% interest rate and at 160,000, way better than Specialist Fargo, that's still not enough money to retire on. And you say, well, how? Well, think about this. Your current income level, your current comfortability, what is that salary per year? All right. To retire and live that same salary, that same comfort level, you have to add a zero to that number. And then you got to be able to have that in an interest-bearing account at a minimum 10%. So if you got a $50,000 lifestyle, right, and you're comfortable with that, you have to add another zero, making that 500,000. And you need that money into an interest-bearing account at 10% minimum in order to get that same $50,000 for the rest of your life. Make sense? Let me know if I'm losing you. Let me know if I'm losing anybody. Let's get back to our scenario and see what the banks do. All right? Because the banks is really where it's hurting everybody. let's see what the banks are doing with our money. All right. So here it is. At 12%, major bank. Yeah, it's the major. 12%, your money doubles every 6 years. Every 6 years. So we went from 18 to 9 to 6. We're getting better, right? Thumbs up if you understand. Same age, 29, $10,000. From 6 more years to 35, age 35, you got 20,000. To 41, that's 40,000. 47, you already done passed both Staff Sergeant Liberty and Specialist Fargo. $80,000. Bank goes another 6 years. 53, that's 160,000. Not only did we surpass Specialist Fargo and Staff Sergeant Liberty's max at 65 years old, but now we're not even done yet. Go to another 6 years. That's 59 years. 320,000. At age 65, the bank has made $640,000 off that same $10,000 initial investment, but at a higher rate of return. That's a $600,000 difference from the banks versus Specialist Fargo. 12% difference. Look at how much a 12% interest rate varies in the difference. See, leaving your money in the bank, that's a $600,000 mistake. The bank earns that money while you lose that money. $600,000. Think about it. The difference between major bank and Specialist Fargo is $600,000. Started at the same age, had the same amount of money. But due to arbitrage, the banks was getting more off their compound interest than you are. So if you think you're getting good deals because the bank is giving you dividends every year, think about how much money they're making if they're giving you 10 and 12%. 10 and 12 cents on your thousands of dollars. I looked at it the other day, Brian, and you know what I found out? I made 3 cents last month. I made 3 cents with my money that's in my checking account. This is why the wealthy don't keep their money. They got a lot of money. Why would they keep it and earn 3 cents on the dollar or 3 cents on the thousands of dollars? It don't make sense. And that don't add up to dollars, if you get what I'm saying. So I know I had somebody else on here. Let's see, we got Michelle in the background. What's going on, Michelle? How you doing back there? Anybody want to join the room? Definitely Team Legacy, go to our chat. I definitely want to add you on. If you want to be on, just come on the camera and let me know you want to be on. But we're sharing a lot of information. There's another video I want to share real quick. And let me see if I can get it up. We talked about what the banks do. We talked about why wealthy people don't leave their money in banks. But here is another video you need to understand on why it's important to get financial literacy.
The economic jam we're in has topped even the Great Depression in one respect. Never have we had a recession this deep with a recovery this flat. Unemployment has been at 9.5% or above for 14 months. Congress did something that it's never done before. It extended unemployment benefits to 99 weeks. That cost more than $100 billion, a huge expense for a government in debt. But now, for many Americans, 99 weeks have passed, and there is still no job in sight. Some have taken to calling themselves the 99ers. We went to several communities in search of the 99ers, but we didn't expect to find such a crisis in Silicon Valley, the high-tech capital that many people hoped would be creating jobs. If you want to understand why the economy is stalled, come to San Jose, California, and talk with 99ers like Marianne Rose.
The story will continue in a moment.
I remember it coming close to like 6 months. I was saying, I can't believe I'm out of work this long. Then the year mark hit, and I just started just panicking, seriously. Now that it's over 2 years, I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Marianne Rose was a financial analyst at a real estate firm. Age 54, she's single with a grown daughter. After being laid off with about 100 co-workers, she spent her savings, lost her home, and finally found herself sitting in a truck with her dog and all of her possessions. She made a desperate call to a friend and found refuge upstairs in the home of strangers, her friend's brother and sister-in-law. How long did you think you would be in here?
2 weeks, really? That's all I thought.
How long has it been?
It's been 6 months. It's been 6 months and not really an end in sight yet.
What sort of things would you be willing to do at this point?
Well, I can say that probably the lowest level position for me has been now to apply for a clerk, a county clerk, and I just realized that the competition's pretty stiff out there. There's actually 4 positions that were open. I found out there were over 2,000 people that applied for those 4 positions.
Marianne Rose is one of at least 1.5 million Americans who've exhausted their unemployment checks.
15 people, no more than 15. Come on up here, line up across. If you're number 16, you're too late. You have to do it
Now, Silicon Valley, the capital of American innovation, has a new creation, revival meetings for the unemployed.
I have been running very frightened for the last 2 years, and I finally realized, you know what, I will find a job, I will find something that will fit me, and once I broke
On weekends, they come by the hundreds. We joined a gathering in a church called Job Connections. It's part how to find a job workshop, part networking opportunity with the feel of a 12-step program.
So I applied and I got a rejection letter, and I was actually happy because most of the time I don't even get a rejection letter.
You had your hand up.
I have had a lot of success with nonprofits.
These are the faces of the unemployed in Silicon Valley, people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s who thought they'd done everything right, earned a degree, stayed with their company, saved for retirement. I'm curious, how many PhDs in this room? 1, 2, 3, 4, several. Now, leave your hands up. How many master's degrees? Oh, boy. And how many of you went to college? Everybody keep your hands up if you have a college degree, a master's degree, or a PhD. How many of you expected to retire from the company where you were working? More than half the room. How many of you have cashed out your 401ks? IRAs? Savings accounts? How many of you are beginning to feel a little bit desperate? It's on the edge. How do you mean?
What's next?
What is next?
I don't know. The abyss.
A lot of them are too young to retire and maybe too old to rehire. The longer they're out, the tougher it gets. Judy Thompson was marking the time before she loses her home.
3 months, maybe. And I've been in that house since 1982. I don't want to move.
Where are you going to go?
I don't know. I'm trying not to think that far ahead. But anyway, didn't mean to get emotional. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right, Judy. Thank you very much. Thank you.
New motorhome.
Sarah Huber may lose her family business of 23 years.
Everything's gone. And we can't survive because these people can't survive.
Because these people don't have jobs, they're not coming to your business.
The equity lines were frozen, right. They don't have credit. There's nothing there.
How long can your business go on?
We're going month to month, literally. I'm praying for more work.
And Jim Wild has been applying for jobs 2 years.
I've gone through the tier 1 companies, I've gone through the tier 2 companies, now I'm down to Target. I just got a job offer from Target to work a part-time job at $9.50 or $9.25 an hour.
What's that job?
It's just a floor sales.
What was your job before?
I was a fiber optics engineering manager.
He's taking the job at Target, and he's glad to get it. These folks aren't that unusual. Today, nearly 20% of the unemployed in America have college degrees. Silicon Valley lost its jobs in construction, manufacturing, and in high-tech engineering that went overseas. San Jose looks the same, but it shrank by 75,000 jobs. This building is empty. So's this one, and this one too. The national unemployment rate of about 9.5% sounds incredibly high, and of course it is, but it doesn't nearly capture the depth of the trouble. It doesn't count the people who've seen their hours cut to part-time. It doesn't count the people who've quit looking for work. If you add all of that together, the unemployed and the underemployed, it's not 9.5%, it's 17%. And here in California, it's 22%.
Families with small children.
And what makes it so much worse is that nationwide, 1/3 of the unemployed have been out of work more than a year. That hasn't happened since the Depression.
Welcome back, my friend. There you are.
This is the soup kitchen in San Jose. Many of the folks here used to think that they could see all the way to retirement, but now, long-term unemployment is wrecking years of saving and planning by people like Lisa and Doug Francone. Doug was a $200,000 a year personnel executive.
You must have thought that you'd get another job pretty quickly.
Yeah, it really didn't cross my mind that I wouldn't find something. The question was trying to take the time to find the right job.
You have a job in 6 months, a job that you liked in 6 months.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how long has it been?
2 years and 3 months.
They'd saved for retirement and college for their son and daughter, but most of that is gone.
The unemployment checks were tiny. I can't remember what they were,
It was
but
about $470 a week, something like that.
475.
475. She knows exactly what the number was.
Yes, I do.
Lisa, what were you doing with $475 a week?
Well, by the time we paid benefits, we had enough to pay a bill or two, but certainly not meet the mortgage or property taxes or groceries.
Now their son is going into the military instead of college. Selling the house will be next.
Hey, Mark, set it down. Bring me the vacuum.
Doug took matters into his own hands. He created jobs for him and his son, buying a franchise that cleans air ducts. He spent his 401k on this, but there hasn't been enough business to make money.
I don't want to come off like, woe is us. There's other people struggling a lot worse than we are, but it's certainly very different for us.
You're surprised to be in this place.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Shocked, really.
Like the Francones, 4.5 million Americans have taken hardship withdrawals from their 401ks. With savings gone and unemployment checks exhausted, many are coming to charities, including the Call Primrose Center, a pantry of free food.
Vera, tell me how many you'd like to have. They're organic.
Mary Watts has run Call Primrose for 11 years.
Before the Great Recession began, you were sending out how many bags of groceries in a year?
When I started in '99, it was 4,000 bags a year.
And now it's what?
It's going to be 32 to 35,000 bags this year.
You know, these people coming into the pantry now, they must look like professionals.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Absolutely professionals, career professionals, people that never ever would have thought they would be coming in our door, other than perhaps as a donor.
This is where we met Claudia Bruce. She was an office manager making $70,000 a year when she was laid off.
Hi, how may I help you?
Now her 99 weeks of unemployment checks are running out. She never imagined she'd need free food.
There we go. Okay.
But then, she never imagined she'd be picking out trash to sell to the recycler.
You do what you have to do. I'm not delighted, but I'm happy to have the money that it provides.
The day before you were laid off, what was your lifestyle?
I was a shopaholic. Yeah, I was trying to reform myself, but there's nothing like losing your job for a long period of time to completely reform a shopaholic.
Your car has turned into a garbage truck.
Pretty much.
How long did it take you to collect all this stuff?
Over a couple of days.
She's learned a lot doing this. Glass pays more than cans,
And she has to be quick to beat the neighborhood homeless guy to the good stuff. How much do you figure?
$28.
$28?
Maybe.
What'd it come to?
$33.81.
33.
Personal record.
Did you ever think that $33 would mean so much?
No. But then I never thought $5 would mean so much either.
Claudia Bruce has applied for hundreds of jobs from office manager to clerical work. She's had 4 interviews in 2 years. She's managed to keep a small apartment with help to pay the rent.
I do get some help from my mom. Yeah.
How old's your mom?
83.
And so she's helping you out even now?
Yeah, I'm her baby still, you know.
You didn't expect to be her baby at this point in your life?
Absolutely not. So I thought I'd be helping her now, but she wouldn't be helping me.
Her benefits will end when she hits 99 weeks soon. No one is expecting Congress to vote another extension of unemployment checks given our historic budget deficits. As government benefits run out, a lot of people are depending on kindness to take their place. Marianne Rose lived with her friend's brother for 7 months, insisting on cooking and cleaning to earn her keep. In recent days, she found a job in a public school. It'll pay about 1/3 what she used to make. It's the best thing to happen in 2 years, but it's little and late. Do you imagine getting your lifestyle back?
Because now I would have to worry about, my old age, rebuild a nest egg, pay off my debts that I have. That has to happen. So no, my lifestyle will not be the same ever.
What a powerful video that was, breaking down the downturn in a society where we get taught so often that a college education will save you. And truth be told, that piece of paper, that job, it won't keep you. It won't keep you in a volatile market. See, you can't have a fixed income. My mentor said this. You can't have a fixed income and a volatile market. Think about it. You can't have a fixed income with so many variables in our society. Think about it. You got the stock market going up and down. You got prices of gas and food going up and down. You have everything going up and down, and the only thing not going up is your paycheck. In fact, so many people, like in this video, you are losing jobs. And so many people are now not working. You got a fixed income and everything is going up. Everything is skyrocketing. So, hey, I'm going to be back here in the next 20 minutes, and we're going to break this thing down with more of my business partners and more of my colleagues and entrepreneurs and all that stuff. Stay tuned. In the next 20 to 30 minutes, we're going to come back. We're going to share more information. I hope you're getting some value out of it. If you're getting value out of anything that I shared, type in #value, I guess you could say education. Hey, it's National Financial Planning Day across the nation. Hey, we're just trying to change lives, better individuals, and continue growing. Y'all be blessed. I'll see you in the next 20 to 30 minutes. Peace.